Yeah, that's right. I'm an old man and I'm yelling at clouds again. I'm telling you why I'm not doing Spotify Wrapped. It's going to be similar to the video I made last year, but I'm going to add some more details and I'm just going to say it again because y'all didn't stop. Y'all keep posting your Spotify Wrapped. And listen, last year I was conciliatory. I'm like, these are fun. I like looking at everyone that I see. I think it's fun. It's engaging. It's nice to see. I watch the videos. It's just free engagement. And as a growing voice in the music sphere, I should probably do it too and take part. But I'm done. And I'm asking you to join me in being done. No. Before I said I don't judge you. Now I do. I judge you. It's not fun anymore. Stop. Stop supporting Spotify altogether. It's done. It's not enough to get your bag or to have your fun. Just stop. You can't love music and support Spotify at the same time. Can't do it. You just can't do it. It's getting clearer and clearer by the day. It is anti-music, anti-artist, anti-human. Just say no to Spotify. Or as I like to say, Stopify. I'm sorry. You see my smart jacket. This is the last day of the semester. This is what I dress. I celebrate. I made some soup joumou for my students today. It was wonderful. Exactly. Well, my wife made it. I squeezed the limes. She did the rest. So this is just my reminder. Let's do better, everybody. Let's go beyond. Now, I will show you one Wrapped that I really like at the very end of this, which I think is the best Wrapped I've seen. I will show you at the very end of this video. But for now, I'm just going to get into it. Now, you might be saying, Sky, you're a hypocrite because you on Instagram, people have been sharing their YouTube Wrapped or their YouTube in review. And if I'm on there and you share that with me in a story, I put that in my story. Why am I sharing that? How is that different? Is Google a better company than Spotify? I'm not saying Google is a better company than Spotify, but I am saying that what Google does for essayists and video creators on YouTube is nothing like what Spotify does to musicians. YouTube is good to me. They could pay me more, I know. And they've hurt other people and they do a lot of things that I don't like, a lot of weird transphobic, anti-gay stuff. And Lord forbid if you ever talk about anybody. But, it's not the same thing. I enjoy those because it's fun. It's fun to see who people watch because this is where people watch. It's not like, so, I shared R.M. Brown. He was the person I viewed the most. R.M. Brown, Justin Hunt, Company Man, and DGR. Curtis King. So those are my top 5 most watched. And that's cool because most of those folks wouldn't have a space to be video essayists if this platform didn't exist. But before Spotify, there was a way for artists to exist. And if Spotify would dedicate itself to being better to artists, then we could absolutely have a better world for artists and people. So I broke it in last year to technical and spiritual reasons. Why not? And the main one is this. Understand this about Spotify. And this is true of most streaming services, but just understand the perverse incentive structure. The people who work at Spotify, their job is to make the experience of using their product worse and more expensive. The enshittification of the internet is not an accident. It is on purpose. Their goal is every year that you use it, they turn up the temperature and you little frog, are being boiled and you are not going to jump out of the bowl until eventually you turn around and all you're listening to is AI slop and botted Drake songs. They've been turning up the heat because they know each year a little bit more expensive and a little bit worse. Cost more, make it worse. Cost more, make it worse. Cost more, make it worse. Until forever. So get off the train, everybody. Now, the technical thing, it's easy for me, I guess, because I've never used Spotify. That doesn't mean I never use streaming, but I use non-Spotify streaming. And I'm not saying they are inherently better, but hey, I use Tidal, which pays 0.01 cents a stream as opposed to 0.003 cents a stream. I use YouTube Music, which this is true. If you are a YouTube Premium member, you are helping YouTubers a lot more. YouTubers get a lot more money than they do from advertising from YouTube Premium members. So if you use YouTube a lot, there is kind of a moral obligation, I think, if you want to really support the people who you're watching, to be a YouTube Premium member. So, that's how I can get my streamed music. And family plans. Everybody needs family plans. If you're paying for one stream, pay for 5. Do it. Share it. Give it to other people. Who cares? My daughter, she's on all my platforms. My son's on all my platforms. The only thing I can tell you is on all of them, it's all geese. Everything's all geese because my daughter likes it, my son likes it, and I like it. And of course, I'm an old media man. I have CDs, vinyl, libraries, and tapes and all that stuff. But this is just a reminder. Every year that goes on, you are going to be reminded a little more, you little frog, as they boil you and you post, look at my Spotify, I'm so random. As you do that, you are going to be reminded over and over again that you don't own anything. You don't own anything. You're paying $10 to $15 to $20 to $25 to $30. It's going to be $50. By the end of the decade, it's going to be more than $40 a month. It's going to be. It's going to be. And you're going to be paying that much to own nothing, because they can take it away anytime they want. So, hey, well, we didn't take it away from you, but we're just making the pricing a little bit more prohibitive, or you can have more ads. What would you like? Would you like it to be worse or more expensive? It is worse and more expensive, but which one would you like it to be more of? More worse or more expensive? That's their job. Beyond that, it's the spirituality of the thing. Why must everything be quantified? Why are we providing this data to the companies? Why are we defining our personality by what we stream? Do we have to have metric for passion? Is that what's needed? According to my YouTube Wrapped, I watched mostly hip-hop commentary, and then second of all was NBA commentary. And I paid attention to the NBA for a month. A month. Maybe a month and a half during the playoffs. And that's good. I learned a lot about the NBA, but I watch way more stuff about soccer. I watch way more stuff about movies. I don't understand why that is. Why are we being formatted and flattened? I also have a cold. I apologize. I got a kid in preschool in Western New York, which means I'm always sick. They are flattening us. They are encouraging us to taste signal, to say what we like, because we're easier to advertise to. The more they know that I'm a geese guy, they know what to advertise to me, what top percentage of listeners you are. This fanatical desire to just keep formatting yourself and making yourself into what the company is hoping you will be. And it really, really, every time you put out one of these Spotify Wrapped, even if you say, I don't support everything they do, I don't really like what it is, you're promoting streaming. You're promoting it. You are promoting it. You're putting it forward. You are making it valid and valuable. And that's not even saying anything. Last year I did this video, I didn't even talk about artificial intelligence. You think that they're not going full steam? They are going full steam. Because it makes a lot more money for them if they can make the music and stream the music. And they'll have bots. So eventually it will be robots making music for other robots, and we'll just be there. Machine making music for machines. Essentially, it's like a threesome. But your girlfriend's like, we're going to start, and I'll see you tomorrow. I'm sorry, everybody. That's the world that we're going to, okay? And it's promoting this ridiculous amount of individualism. That's what I'm talking about, family plans. Family plans are good. But if you like the Spotify Wrapped, and who am I as a person, and who is my top 5, then you are not going to allow people to be on your plan, because that messes it up. You are not going to be willing to pass the aux. You are not going to be willing to experience new music, because you are constantly crafting something in your own perceived image. Don't mess up my stats. My. Need my family plans. This is exactly what the corporations want. They want us all to be atomized. They want us all to be individualized. And they want us all to keep buying our own things and showing off our own things and advertising their thing so they can keep making it worse and costing more without paying the artist 1 red cent more. As my final salvo, things have gotten way worse and not enough people are talking about it. Props to Open Mike Eagle. I believe Curtis King did a video on this, and Fantano did as well. But we need to be talking about the fact that Spotify just bought Who Sampled. WhoSampled.com was a fan-created site. Fans went around finding samples in rap music and sharing them. I used it all the time. I was a premium member. I used to pay $30 a month to be a premium member of Who Sampled. Now listen, some people called that sample snitching, and to them I said, well, it's not sample snitching. I'm appreciating the artistry. You know, this is a great place where I can see that the hi-hatchy drum break has been used over 400 times. I mean, that's fascinating. I would use it in my classes. With my classes on hip-hop, I would trace the lineage as an example, the hi-hatchy drum break, you know, about how it went back to Nobody Beats the Biz, right? And then it was taken by RZA, and then it was taken by, you know, and how it's been used across the decades. But like, now that it's owned by Spotify, what is that going to mean? That means that for the rights holders, they are now going to be made aware of literally hundreds of thousands of copyright infringements. Like, it is going to be delivered to them by the people who own the site. The evidence is going to be provided to them immediately. I imagine it will be at some point automated. And what's going to happen with those artists when they're not making money on their music anymore? What's going to happen to those streams? What's going to happen to those songs? They're going to be taken away. You're going to be losing music, rap fans. And people who make rap music, going back to Gilbert O'Sullivan, suing Biz Markie and winning, and getting the amazing song Alone Again taken off the album I Need a Haircut, that's when sampling started to go down. The amazing art, the artistry, the found artistry, part of what makes hip-hop culture unique and amazing and modern and postmodern all at the same time, it started to go away. That's how we started having, you know, in the late 90s and the 90s, kind of simplified, you know, like Swizz beats, kind of like octave, as opposed to the rhythmic complexity of sampling, because obviously all of the school music programs are being cut across the board, especially in underserved areas where a lot of people who make rap music come from. So that means the musicality that's needed to make the music isn't even there. And so if you don't have sampling, if you can't develop that, then you're just going to have very simplified music, and you're not going to have this intergenerational connection to older music, because Spotify now just bought the user-created website. So that means if you did the hard work of finding the sample and digging in the crates and seeing it and connecting it and seeing this amazing art, you have just helped Daniel Ek. You've just helped Daniel Ek steal that money from the creators. So no, I'm not going to play along with you anymore. We're done with Spotify Wrapped. We're done. If you show it, you should feel shame. That's it. Support a different streaming service. Go for it. We don't want this monopoly. We don't want it growing. We don't want to further hurt the artists. What do you think? Do you hate me now that I've judged you? Did you know it all along I was going to end up judging you with my fancy doctorate back there? By the way, my doctorate is signed by Arnold Schwarzenegger. So what are you going to do? Get to the chopper. Let me know what you think. And hey, if I'm in your top 5 YouTube channels, send it to me on Instagram. That stuff's fun because they're not robbing me. All right, till next time. There's the camera.